once again and joining us on this channel, Sport 7GH. The semi-finals of the Women's African Cup of Nations have just come to an end. In fact, it came to an end yesterday. The Black Queens of Ghana failed to qualify to the finals of the competition as we were beaten by Morocco 4-2 on penalties. Very, very unfortunate penalty kick out by the Black Queens of Ghana. But of course, I am super, extremely proud of the Black Queens of Ghana because they exceeded my expectations. My expectations was that, because of the way we are not doing very well with our friendly games prior to the tournament and all of that, we should at least qualify from the group. And maybe if we get to the quarterfinals and like Algeria eliminates us on penalties, I would have still come here and said that good job done. Because my barest minimum expectation for the Black Stars, for the Black Queens of Ghana going to this tournament was that they will qualify to the quarterfinals of the competition. That was my barest minimum. But they qualified to the quarterfinals. 1, they eliminated Algeria. 2, they went to the semifinals. 3, in the semifinals, everything was against the Black Queens of Ghana. They played versus the host nation. 4, they scored the first goal versus the host nation. 5, they played extremely well in the first half. 6, number 7, in fact, in the second half, they were extremely tired. Everything shows. And I will explain to you. If you look at the time we played our quarterfinals game, the fact that we played 120 minutes of football action versus Algeria, and then the time we were playing versus Morocco, when we were playing versus Morocco had rested 1 day more before us. And so if you look at the game plan of the Black Queens, it was like, Boga, let's enter into this game and then be very dominant in the first half. Try and finish the game in the first half so that we will manage the second half, because we all agree and admit that in the second half we will be tired. So the 7th point is that the Black Queens were very tired in the second half. But even with that, they considered just 1 goal, letting the game be what? 1-1, drawing the game at full time. 120 minutes of football action, it was still 1-1. Even though the Black Queens were extremely tired. The whole stadium was against the Black Queens. Yet still, they ensured that in 120 minutes, the game was still 1-1. And we were eliminated on penalties. How can I not be proud of the Black Queens of Ghana? How can I not be proud? How can anybody in Ghana, and I've heard the coach of the side, we will talk about all of that, saying that you can be disappointed. Nobody is disappointed in you, came last. Who in Ghana can say that they are disappointed in you? I'll be extremely surprised at that person, because this is an extremely good job, well done by the Black Queens of Ghana. This one here, I am extremely proud. I'm extremely proud of you. I'm very proud of you, because what playing against the host nation, and you have to take the game to penalties to lose the game. What else will you do? What else will you do? Now, we are starting off with that. Do you want to subscribe to the channel, like the video, hit the notification bell, and select. Gary R. Smith is a journalist for Sporty FM in Ghana, in fact, and the Sporty Media Group. Now, he is in Morocco right now, and he says that a CAF official explained to him why Ghana Black Queens lost the game even before the game started. And it is very simple. Let's go and listen to what Gary R. Smith had to say.
CAF official gave me a lowdown about why we probably had lost the game even before the game kicked off, purely because of physiological reasons, not psychological, physiological. Because by the time we left Barca, right, guess what? After we played Algeria 120 minutes. Now, these are tournament things that, if you look at things like the Champions League or, the World Cup and regional tournaments, they absolutely have an effect as to how prepared you are even before kickoff.
Yeah.
We did anti-doping right after the Algeria game, which is standard. You do anti-doping, you do your shakedown. Then they went to their hotels to pack. The team had to now power the girls down. If you know what powering the girls down mean, from the psychological high of beating Algeria like that. You have to, psychologically bring them down to a level. Then they went to the airport. There was a standard Air Maroc delay. Air Maroc delays every time, so everybody expects it. But all this while, Morocco had one full day ahead of us because they had qualified a day ahead of us. They were resting. By the time we had completed our travel cycle and gone to Rabat to get ready for the semi-final, Morocco had rested and were in recovery mode. It meant that if you watch the first half, it was clearly a case that the Black Queens were playing on adrenaline. When we came out for the second half, Nathan, anybody who watched the game could have seen that we were finished physically. We were finished.
Yep, that's true.
It was the second half and the first half was like night and day. I'm not even coming to the other things that, that will be sentiment analysis and all that. No, this is purely scientific, physiological stuff, right? And these are things that tournament teams know how to do. And these are things that we will have to learn.
All right, yes, very well. That is what he has to say, and it is on point. And that is why, if you're a Ghanaian, you have to be very, very, very proud of the Black Queens of Ghana. You have to be extremely proud of them because, Boga, it is true that we lost. And after the game versus Algeria, the coach said in his post-match that he would have loved that at least the Black Queens will get another day rest, one extra day rest, because Morocco played before us. They played before us and they won the game versus Mali comfortably 3-1 in 90 minutes. And then they rested on the day that we were playing versus Algeria. They rested. But at the time Morocco was resting, we were playing 120 minutes of football versus Algeria. Do you know that after the Algerian game, we had to move from where we were to Rabat? And they say that it's like a 6 hours journey. So we had to be on the plane on the distance, not plane, it's the car. On the car for 6 hours. 6 hours journey from where we were to Rabat to go and play versus Morocco that had rested 1 day more than us. And moreover, Morocco is a host nation. If you look at the stadium, everybody was supporting them. In fact, at some point in time, we can say that even the referee, every 50-50 ball was going to the Moroccans. And we all expected that because they are the host nation. It's very clear. Everybody expected that. So it is just, I don't know how you put it, but you just have to be super proud of the Black Queens for how far they have come. Just some few mentions, okay? Just some few mentions. Grace Asantua born now. Grace Asantua born right now. In the Women's African Cup of Nations is extremely excellent. It's extremely excellent. Yesterday, she was everywhere. Hey, mother. Black Queens players, no. Grace Asantua is extremely talented, extremely very good, very, 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 very good. Comfort Boache, I think she was on the right side or the right back. Comfort Boache, I was very impressed with her. I don't see a lot of people mentioning her name. Comfort Boache. Hey, mother, born near. Hey, mother, speed. Na, obet match few steps. But still now, no Comfort Boache, babe, catch up. Untimi for born in your tree. In fact, it's not only Comfort Boache, the left back of Ghana Black Queens, and so she was also very excellent. Only I've missed it. She was extremely, honestly, she was tracking bad, defending, and one of the central defenders, Portia Boache. Oh, Portia Boache, ball, massa, the left, they were the summer ball, massa. Oh, the Black Queens of Ghana. Players, all the players did extremely well because it's a collective job. But I'm just having a few mentions, just some players, especially in the game versus Morocco, who had outstanding, because Obida Doris Bodua, Wajadambo, Bodua, Miami player, me Penas and Baba, Bodua, and Akoya style. But the likes of Portia, Boache, Money, Bo, a Chido, or Suma Bona, as a defender, ne call duty no crown or any in terms of defending. But in terms of progressing the ball up, any moves, was excellent. The way of passing ball, the way of summer ball, possible excellent. Chantal Boy there. Throughout the tournament, Chantal Boy has shown that she is an extremely very good player. In fact, me use extremely very good moment because they did very well. On my details no bro in this video on this channel. Sport 7GH. Yes, 80. All the players did was Stella Nyamiche, fantastic. Go back to back goals. Me there was by Algeria the Normanje, but Stella Nyamiche, what a talent. And on Sukuta. So few mentions for Honum now. Yeah, the details bro. Let's move on. In fact, the finals is set. So it is versus Nigeria Super Falcons versus Morocco. They will be playing, and Nigeria will win the tournament. This one here is very simple. Nigeria are going to win the tournament. And if you look at the history of the Nigerians in this particular tournament, it looks like it's a tournament for Nigeria because their dominance in this tournament is very surprising over there. But they are going to play versus Morocco, and I don't think Morocco themselves. The only advantage Morocco will have is the stadium. But even with that, it didn't go to the advantage versus Ghana. How much more versus Nigeria that it will go to the advantage? Do you get a point? But I was talking to you about the dominance of Nigeria in this particular tournament, and it is marvelous. Now, this is the 12th time out of the 15 editions in the Wafcon history that Nigeria have made it to the finals. Can you imagine? We've played the Women's African Cup of Nations 15 times. Out of the 15 times, this is the 12th. So it's just 3 times that Nigeria Super Falcons didn't get to the finals. Can you imagine? So it's just their tournament. Do you get it? And in all the 15 times, they've gone to the semi-finals of the competition. They are winning this trophy, and their capito is doing extremely well. And the captain of the side, which is Rashida Ajibade, she is doing very well. She had a man of the match or woman of the match versus Botswana, woman of the match versus Zambia, and then woman of the match versus South Africa. What a player she is. She was the woman of the match yesterday. Ghana's woman of the match, or the woman of the match for Morocco versus Ghana yesterday, was Jennifer Kujo. Yes, Jennifer Kujo also had a very good game in yesterday's game versus Morocco. Don't forget that the sports minister and the sports ministry together have released a statement saying congratulatory message from Honorable Kofi Edi Adams, Minister of Sports and Recreation, on the Gallants semi-final performance by the Black Queens of Ghana. So in a nutshell, the minister is saying how proud, of course, he is also of the ladies, and he is encouraging them that they gave their all, and the whole of the country is very impressed with them, and so they shouldn't be down or anything, and shouldn't feel sad because they didn't qualify, but they should be very happy and continue to fight on and grant and get as the 3rd place. The 3rd place is Ghana versus South Africa. So we play of the first game in the group stages. Ghana play versus South Africa in the group stages, and we are going to do that again. They beat us 2-0 in the group stages, but this is a different team. Ghana. Okay, we will try our best to win versus South Africa over there. So that is by way of information as we bring you all the news and very latest updates over there. Let's switch a little bit from the Black Queens and talk to you about Ghanaian player. Very good news again for Abdul Aziz Issa. Now Barcelona have confirmed that they've signed him again, or they are giving him another loan term, okay, for another year. Okay, so it is a second chance for Ghanaian player Abdul Aziz Issa. He's going to play for the Barca Athletic again, one more year, and they will see whether they will sign him on a permanent deal or not. And I think it's a very good one. What I will say, it's not about the player, it is about the club. The club should give him a chance to play. If you don't give the player the chance to play, how will you see his quality? How? Just give him the chance to play in competitive games. There are obviously games that he can play. Give him the chance to play, and I'm sure they are going to love him. Yes, and try to develop him, grow the parts of the game you think he's deficient in, and everything will be fine. He's a talented player. Ghana, in fact, Barcelona should take very serious note of this guy. So it's a good news for Abdul Aziz as he's going back to FC Barcelona again. Now, the Ghana under-19 team has arrived in Switzerland as part of the GFA's collaboration with FC Basel 1893. The team will play 2 friendly games. Okay. That is versus the Basel Academy FC. Okay, yes. So on July 23rd, today is July 23rd, versus Basel under 21, they'll play. And then on July 25th, they'll play versus Basel under 19. The kickoff time is 2 p.m. Ghana time. 24-member delegation, 18 players, and 6 officials made the trip over there. As we bring you all the details, yes, we'll bring you more news and updates in subsequent videos. Let me know your thoughts, comments, views, opinions in the comment section of the video. Who do you think is going to win the trophy? Is it going to be Nigeria Super Eagles or the Super Falcons, or is going to be Morocco? And you think Ghana will be able to beat South Africa to win the 3rd place, or we are going to be 4th place? Let me know all of that in the comment section. Like the video, hit the notification bell. Excellent. I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.